Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's me, Jason, aka Titans Daily, and welcome back to another weekly predictions video. I know I said I was going to put this out yesterday, but you guys are just going to have to wait for the college football playoff predictions to come out tomorrow. I know it starts in a week from Friday, which is the 19th. I think the first game is actually Alabama versus Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken. I can look it up, but we're not going to worry about college football right now. Right now, we're going to talk about week 15 and how week 14 was literally the worst week I had all year. Week 14, I went 7-7. Brings my overall record to 123, no, 130, 77 and 1. That one tie being from the Packers Cowboys game in week 4. So, yeah, I think that's our only tie of the year. I could be mistaking for something else, but also last week, week 14, was the last time we had a bye week for all. I think all the teams have used their bye weeks, which started in week 5 and it ended in week 14. So, yeah. Anyways, if you guys are enjoying this series, hit the like button down below. I appreciate all of your support. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload new NBA 2K26, all the mods 10 to the sky, and Wizard 101. I know I haven't posted those two yet, but I promise you tomorrow, right? Tomorrow and Friday, I'll be posting a lot more, meaning I'll make I'll upload 2 videos Thursday, so 2 videos tomorrow, 2 videos on Friday, okay? And then go back to regularly daily stuff, right? Okay, so tomorrow I plan on doing college football playoff video last, and Wizard 101, right? Episode 34, 35, something like that. I don't remember, honestly. Um, and then all the mods 10 to the sky, episode number 10, Friday. And then I'll figure out another video to do on Friday as well. But till further notice, we're going to have 2 videos tomorrow and 2 videos Friday. Anyways, let's get right into the picks. Just wanted to explain a little bit. I have been a little bit lacking. I get it. It's not Titans daily. It's Titans every other daily. Um, so, anyways, first up, we got the Atlanta Falcons versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers had a tough loss against the Saints last week. You know, they lost 24-20. But I just read about 20 minutes ago, give or take 30 minutes probably, that Mike Evans is going to be activated, and they will get, I think, and I quote as I almost break my phone camera. Buccaneers have now activated wide receivers Mike Evans and Jalen McMillan from injured reserve, and both can play Thursday night. I think both will play Thursday night because the Bucs are barely sitting first in their division. If they lose this game to the Falcons and the Panthers win, I don't know where the Panthers are. Where do I see the Panthers? Charlotte. No, yeah, Carolina. Sorry. They play the Saints, so they should win that game. I'm gonna give this first game to the Bucs because it is in Tampa Bay. You know, Raymond James is a really nice stadium. Um, you know, they got that pirate ship. You know, it's really fun. Every time they score a field goal, it's 3. You know, cannon shots. I guess that's the right term, right? And every touchdown, it's 6, and then extra point is 1. So, but I still got the Bucs. I think the Falcons are just really bad this year. I mean, they really shouldn't have traded up for James Pierce Jr. If I'm gonna be real with you for a second, they shouldn't have traded up with the Rams to get James Pierce Jr. And that means the Rams are gonna get the Falcons pick. Basically, I think the terms of the deal was the Rams or the Falcons. I think they didn't have a first round pick last year, from what I understand, and the Rams did, and the Falcons traded a second last year. Couple other compensatory picks, meaning like if a player does well, something happens, right? If they play like at least 70% snaps, right, and it turns into a fourth round pick, or if he doesn't play more than 70% snaps, it's a fifth round pick. You get what I'm saying. The Falcons traded into the first round, selected James Pierce at 20. 25 or something like that. I want to say it's in the 20s, something like that. Might have been a little bit earlier, but to my knowledge, it's about 20 something pick. I got to hurry up because I'm just yapping right now. But anyways, I got the Bucks in this one. I'm going to say the Bucks win this game. I'm going to say 28-17 Bucks win in Tampa. Next up, we got the Cleveland Browns and the Chicago Bears. I'm going to take the Bears just because the Browns, even though Shedeur Sanders played an incredible game against my Titans, which I will talk in just a second about Shedeur Sanders. And let me go grab a water before I talk about Shedeur Sanders. As I was saying, Shedeur Sanders played amazing against the Titans. And to be fair, the Titans secondary is not all that glitz and glamour, right, as it once used to be. I say as it once used to be because we had Malcolm Butler, Logan Ryan, Kevin Byard in the safety position along with Kenny Vaccaro. But, I'll get to the Titans whenever we go into their matchup here against the 49ers. But I just think the Bears have too much star power to go up against the Cleveland Browns. I mean, who knows? Shedeur might get another 300 yards. But I don't see that happening. I got the Bears win this game. I'm going to say 21-10, Bears win. Next up, we got the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. This game, honestly, after watching how the Ravens played against the Steelers and some of the game planning that Todd Monken had against the Steelers, it just didn't look good. I think the Bengals could win this game. Joe Burrow has played phenomenal. I know they lost last week against the Bills, but he's looking really good coming off that injury. And something about Joey Cool or Joe Swag, whatever you want to call him, I think the Bengals take this game away from the Ravens. Dare I say, call me crazy. I think the Bengals win this game. All right. Next up, we got the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs lost to the Texans on Sunday Night Football, 20-10. Chargers won an improbable game against the Eagles, which is one of the games I picked against. The two of the games I picked against the Chargers in Week 14, and I picked against the Texans. I pick against the Texans in Week 14, and both those teams won. Chargers beat the Eagles in overtime after a crazy game. There was like 8 or 9 turnovers in one game, which is insane. There was like 5 before halftime. Like, that's just absurd. Crazy stuff that happens in the NFL. And I didn't have that on my bingo card, I'm going to be honest. But this game, if it wasn't in Kansas City, I would pick the Chargers. But I don't know. I mean, Justin Herbert does have a broken left hand, so he's probably going to play through it. Mahomes is having kind of a down year. The whole Chiefs are having a down year. Maybe this is the end of their dynasty. I don't know. This game really depends on their playoff spot, because if they lose this game, which will probably be 3 in a row right now, right? They lost to the 2 in a row. They lost to the Cowboys. They lost to the Texans, and now they play the Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers. Do I take the Chargers? Really? This could go either way. I'm going to take the Chiefs. I might be wrong again, but something about, Patrick Mahomes is still their quarterback. They still got decent weapons. They still got a really good running back in Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt. The Chiefs' offense has looked really mid. That's a perfect word for this. The Chiefs' offense has looked really mid. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs over the Chargers in this one. I'm going to say the Chiefs win this game 31-24. It's going to be a 1-touchdown, 1-score game. Either way, I think both of these teams are pretty good whenever they're at their top. But, man, they could really fall off real quick. Next up, we got the Buffalo Bills at the New England Patriots. Mike Vrabel coming off his bye week. The Bills are looking for that revenge game, right? And, they lost, obviously, earlier in this year in Buffalo on Sunday Night Football to the Patriots. And hats off to Mike Vrabel and what he's been able to do in his first year in Foxborough or Boston. Foxborough is like a outside suburb of Boston. It's crazy, right? And there's definitely some talks about Vrabel being Coach of the Year, right? I have him right now as Coach of the Year. Are you kidding me? Taking a what was it last year? They were what 3-14 last year, maybe a little bit worse, maybe a little bit better, I should say. They were 5-12, I think, last year, and now they're 11-2. And it does help that they do have the easiest schedule in the league, but some of their opponents like had crazy runs in this season. Like obviously they played the Giants last on Thursday night football or Monday night football rather, and they just absolutely gave them the belt. But you know, I think the Patriots win this game again. I think Drake May might be the MVP of the NFL when it's all said and done with this season. But who knows what will happen? But I still think that the Patriots are the best team in the AFC right now. Probably the best team in football, arguably. But I got the Patriots over the Bills in this one. I'm gonna say Patriots win this game really closely. I'm gonna say 24-20, and I'm gonna say this too. I think Travion Henderson gets a game-winning first down to end the game. Next up, we got the Washington Commanders at the New York Giants. The Commanders had a 31-0 loss over the Vikings. And the Giants last week, were they on bye week as well? Yeah, they were on bye week. Um, this game, man, it's literally Marcus Mariota versus Jackson Dart. I think that's the quarterbacks game. I know the Giants have lost plenty of players, like Scadaboo and Malik Neighbors, right? This game is so unpredictable. I'm gonna give it to the Commanders, just because I know how historically the Giants have not looked good at all the past few weeks, and they just hurt themselves. But I'm gonna take the Commanders over the Giants in this one, and I'm gonna say the Commanders barely squeak this one away. I'm gonna say it's like 17-13 Commanders. This is an, kind of a toilet bowl game, but who knows if Jane Daniels is coming back? But we'll see. Well, that when we cross that bridge, we'll come to it, huh? Next up, we have the Las Vegas Raiders and the Philadelphia Eagles. I got the Eagles in this one. I don't see the Eagles going back-to-back losses, right? I mean, that is a tough loss. Monday night against the Chargers. Man, Jalen Hurts did not look good at all. I think he had 4 interceptions that game, which is terrible. Absolutely terrible. I don't know why Jalen Hurts had that many picks. Just, man, tough stuff sledding, right? I think the Eagles win this game in Philly. Hopefully get a statement win. Keep their chances of winning the division alive, because they are slowly getting churned by the Cowboys. I mean, the Cowboys are 6. I think they're 6-1 right now. And then I think they had a bye either last week or the week before. I don't remember who the Cowboys played last week, but I think the Cowboys are slowly getting in that race to make a wild card spot. So we'll see, but the Eagles have not looked good the past couple of weeks. Next up, we got the New York Jets and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I got the Jags in this one. It's hard not to pick the home team in every week in this, because look at that. You got the Rams. I mean, the Saints probably lose. Niners, the Seahawks, Cowboys, the Steelers. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, that's pretty much my picks. Texans and the Cardinals now. CJ Stroud looked really good on Sunday night against the Chiefs, especially playing in Arrowhead. Tough place to play. I got CJ Stroud and the Texans winning that game. Now we got the best games of the week, in my opinion. I think we got 3 really good games at 4:25. We got the Colts and the Seahawks. Also, the Colts. We'll talk about the Colts in just a second. Listen to this. The Colts signed Phillip Rivers either yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday, though, to their practice squad. We're talking 44-year-old, probably going to be a Hall of Famer, Philip Rivers, signing with the Colts. You know, good for them, but I don't know if that's going to make a huge difference over Riley Leonard, who's their current quarterback, by the way, if you didn't know. Um, was a, fourth or fifth round pick from Notre Dame. Um, who knows what will happen there. But for this game of the week, Packers and Broncos, I'm going to take the Packers. I've heard a lot of um, circles in Broncos fans, especially that they say that they're kind of frauds because they're being dubbed like the worst 11-2 team. I don't really see that. Their defense is phenomenal. They got Nick Bonito. They got Patrick Surtain. They got a whole lot of great defensive players, and they have one of the best defenses in the league. I know it's the Texans or the Rams or some team like that has the best defense in the league. Hell, maybe even the Browns. But I'm going to take the Packers in this one over the Broncos. Next up, we got the Detroit Lions and the LA Rams. Stafford plays his old team. I'm going to take Matt Stafford and the Rams. This is why. I think the Rams had a really big bounce back game against the Cardinals last week. I think they won like 45-17 or something crazy like that. Um, I know it's the Cardinals. It's not really a great team. Hence why I have the Texans beating the Cardinals. But to my point, I think the Rams defense is just going to be too much for Jared Goff and JMO and Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, Isaac Tesla, etc., etc. I think the Rams win this game close. I think it's going to be 27-24. Definitely see like a game-winning field goal kind of situation. But other than that, I think the Rams win this game. Next up, we got another toilet bowl, but kind of good scheduling. I got the Panthers over the Saints in this one. The Saints did have a big win over the Bucks. Tyler Shuck, I think, won his first career game. I think. I might be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if they won with Spencer Rattler or if they won with Shuck before. Also, if you didn't know, Tyler Shuck is the 26-year-old rookie quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. So take that as you will. Anyways, next up, we got the Tennessee Titans and the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going immediately to the Niners in this one. I'm going to say 31-17. Reason why. I think the Titans struggle on pass defense immensely, as we let Shador Sanders have 360-plus yards on us. Our run defense is not terrible. It's not great either. It's pretty middle of the pack, leaning more towards top 15, probably. In run defense, we can definitely stop the run if we need to, because we have Jeffrey Simmons, Savondre Sweat, Sebastian Joseph Day. We got our three linebackers, and Jihad Ward, Cody Barton, and Cedric Gray, three dogs. Our secondary is just not made out for covering the pass, right? I mean, we lost L'Jarius Sneed due to injury, right, a few weeks ago. I think that was before the Patriots game, so probably like 5 or 6 weeks ago. But either way, we lost L'Jarius Sneed. We traded Roger McCreary. We traded Jarvis Brownlee Jr. And it's just like, come on. Our best corner right now is probably Daryl Baker, right? Or Marcus Harris, rookie from Cal. But we'll see how that goes towards the end of the season. I'm sure we've signed some corners to our practice squad, but I mean, I think we did sign Kyer Elam, right? Didn't we sign Kyer Elam? Or am I thinking of somebody else? Yeah, we did sign Kyer Elam, who used to be a pretty decent quarterback at Florida and for the Bills, right? And maybe he lost his footing or lost his track, but he's only 24 years old, and to take away from that, he can be a really good slot corner. and play the inside a little bit better. We'll probably try to stick to his game. We'll probably re-sign him come free agency, but I'll make a free agency video and what we should do as a team. And I don't know, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't, but we'll see. Next up, we got the Indianapolis Colts and the Seattle Seahawks. I got the Seahawks in this one. Man, I don't know if the Colts are going to win the division anymore. Now that they lost Daniel Jones, I don't think a 45-year-old Phillip Rivers is going to take the Colts to a AFC South victory. He might just shock me, but I don't know. I really want to see how Riley Leonard plays, and see what happens from there. But I'm sure there's videos out now because it's Wednesday, and Wednesday is usually when teams start to practice, unless you play on Thursday or Monday. But usually Wednesday is usually when teams tend to put out practice videos and their first practice report. Like, I haven't read the Titans one yet, but I'm sure we'll be without a couple players, not all players, a couple players. Meaning like someone like our rookie running back Khalil Mullings. I think he got sent to IR a few weeks ago. Maybe they opened his window, but I haven't checked that just yet. I'll check it at the end of the picks. But anyways, I got the Seahawks over the Colts just off the fact that they lost Daniel Jones. I know they still have Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman Jr., Alec Pierce, and that other, gosh, who's that tight end? Tyler Warren, right? And their defense is also pretty solid with Zaire Franklin, DeForest Buckner, and still got Kenny Morse. I don't know if Sauce Gardner's playing, but that would have been a pretty cool matchup. Sauce Gardner versus JSN, man, that would have been really cool. Anyways, on to Sunday Night Football. The Minnesota Vikings at the Dallas Cowboys. I got the Cowboys in this one. Give me the Cowboys 31-20. I think Dak, especially in Jerry's World? Is that the nickname of AT&T Field or AT&T Stadium? Yeah, Jerry's World. The nickname of Dallas Cowboys. I just don't think J.J. McCarthy is going to win this game. I really don't. And, J.J. McCarthy has looked very on and off this year. I mean, last week he had a really good week, but he's kind of young, to be fair. He's only 23, but I don't know. It's kind of early to call him a bust, but we'll see what happens with the Vikings. Next up, we got the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I got the Steelers in this one. I think Rodgers played a serviceable game this past Sunday. And, another thing with Rodgers, he is on the older side. He did just turn 42, right? Yeah, he did just turn 42. And, sometimes you got to just realize that, hey, I got to retire now. But I really think Aaron Rodgers' last year is after this year. But we'll see. We'll see if that changes, but I don't think it will. Anyways, but let me look up the practice report for the Titans. So we still got a couple did not participate, but they're on NIR, which means not injury related. If you didn't know, it's like a rest day basically for vets and like anyone that's been in the league for at least 3 or 4 years. So looks like Dan Moore is back being healthy. Lloyd Cushenberry is working his way from a foot injury. Jalen Armour-Davis is working his way from Achilles injury. James Williams Sr. has got an illness, did not participate. And CJ Ravenel is not participating due to a toe injury. But we'll see how that comes. There's probably definitely some Cam Ward videos to come out with. I saw the one with him stiff arming. Well, not really stiff arming, but like telling Grant Delpit to get out of here. I'm much bigger than you. And it's just kind of a mean mug. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, hit the like button down below. I appreciate all of your support. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on whenever I post new videos like this. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.